Let's take a look at Springtime, starting with the Four Seasons by Vivaldi. It's a perfect book to introduce your child to this Baroque, amazing composer. We have this sweet lift and look book about the garden. Who can you find in the garden? You can lift the leaves and the petals to discover who lives in the garden. The springtime is such a wonderful time to introduce your child to all things in nature. Here's the Finger Trail Playbook Garden, a wonderful book with finger trails on every page for your child to explore and lift the flaps and find animals and who's hiding inside. Children love the bright pictures in these books. We have some sweet little board books, which is such an affordable choice at $4.99. Round and Round the Garden, Like a Teddy Bear, One Step, Two Steps, A Tickle Under There. A sweet little rhyme, a sweet little book about a little bear. Rain, Rain, Go Away, the classic rhyme and song. And of course, in the springtime, it's always raining, so a perfect book to introduce your child to those phonemes and those rhymes. The That's Not My books are a classic, and every child needs at least a couple. These books are so great because of the black outline. Your child will be able to see those visually, even from infancy. You can show them these little touchy-feelies, introduce them to all different textures. This bee book is so adorable. We have some sweet cloth books. This is the Little Bunny book with a little sweet rhyme, lots of places for a child to explore with their hands and with their mouths. And at the end, of course, the little bunny goes, sleepy time. These come in a great pack. We also have Hushabye Rabbit and an owl book as well. This is the bunny, this is the rabbit. We have many slide and see books. This is First Math Slide and See Subtracting, and I got it because it has a garden theme as your child works through simple numbers and subtraction problems. They're going through the garden, 4 little busy bees buzzing around a tree. Your child will love these very durable slide and sees as they're learning their numbers and subtraction. Our Peek Inside books are an introduction to nonfiction texts, and you can see many animals in their burrows or hives or treetops as you're lifting the flaps. Oh look, there's a mouse. And your child, whether they're a reader or not, will be able to see the habitats of many animals, and especially in the springtime as they're building their homes. Look Inside Nature, another nonfiction lift the flap. This is the next stage. This book is wonderful as you explore rivers and ponds and so many beautiful pictures here. I just love the illustrations in this book. Look how gorgeous that is. It's a work of art in itself, but every time they lift these flaps, they're going to get a little bite-sized chunk of information, be very interested. And again, this book is wonderful for readers and non-readers alike. Clover Robin has 2 beautiful books of nature. This is the Bug Hotel, where you're going to learn about all those little creepy crawlies and where they live, with wonderful flaps here, and you can see the different stages and the different types of bees or butterflies, metamorphosis there. I love these books, and just like the Look Inside Nature, they're so beautifully and ornately illustrated. Your child will just love them. It's a really sweet shape as well, just the same as with the Birdhouse. Birdhouses come in all different shapes and sizes. You're gonna learn about different birds and how they make their nests and their eggs. It's so beautiful. Just look at the artwork in this book. I love these. Usborne also has this beautiful outdoor book. This is a hardback book with paper pages, and it's just full of ideas about how to get outside. When the springtime comes, whether you're in a warmer climate or in a colder climate like me, you want to get your children out of the house evenings and during the daytime, and this book gives so many ideas: tree detective, stargazing, seashore activities on the seashore. So many ideas for just discovering and loving the outdoors. Speaking of loving the outdoors, 1000 Things in Nature. This is a beautifully illustrated book all with just some really great vocabulary as your child is learning about animals, bugs, seeds, creepy crawlies, so many things, 1,000 things to discover for your child, just to discover what is their favorite animal, and they'll have many more choices than they ever thought imaginable. We have many Poppy and Sam books. This is one of my favorite books that Usborne Books and More has. The Complete Book of Farmyard Tales is a wonderful storybook. It contains 20 amazing, just sweet stories that will stick with your child for a lifetime. This is a bedtime storybook. With the ribbon marker, you can always have your page so you're ready to read again every single night. With Poppy and Sam, Rusty the dog, Curly the pig, Wooly the sheep, and this is a dual reader, so when your child is beginning to read, they can read the upper text, which is a little bit easier, and then the older reader or you can read the lower text. So it's just a great learning book, and bonus, comes with a CD. So if you have a CD player, or you should get one, this is a great book for your child to read independently. We have many beginner books. This is a young beginner's book about flowers, and there's many pretty pictures with simple, easy text for your child to begin to understand different nonfiction texts. So this is a young beginner's books. We also have many beginner books, which includes illustrations along with some photographs of some interesting topics. So I picked some great spring topics, tadpoles and frogs. Last year we took some tadpoles from a pond. It was really fun to see them grow. Eggs and chicks, of course, springtime is a time of new growth, and it's really sweet for children to learn about that. How flowers grow, you're going to get some more details than you would in the young beginner's book. This easy to read text has bite-sized chunks of information, so your child isn't going to be overwhelmed, and they're going to be really interested by those illustrations. So if they are a non-reader, it's open and go. They can read something, they can get something out of these books because they're looking at the pictures and exploring on their own. And caterpillars and butterflies, of course, you're going to learn about poisonous caterpillars and what they eat, and metamorphosis. Really, really great choice. We have a couple of Read with Usborne books that relate to spring. I chose The Secret Garden. This is level 4. We have 4 levels for the Read with Usborne series: for new readers, developing readers, confident readers, and this is a step into chapter book. So this is level 4, the highest level, and of course there's the famous story by Frances Hodgson Burnett, The Secret Garden. If any story is going to ignite a love of gardening and all things outdoors, this is the story, and it's a great introduction to the original text. Lastly, 2 amazing books by Eric Odie. I love these books. Too Many Tomatoes is an ode to tomatoes and gardening. So if you're gonna want to start a garden with your child, this is a great book. Tomatoes are fairly easy to plant, and this sweet family, in this beautiful rhyming text, they have way too many tomatoes, but it just turns out into just a lovely tale, one just for this sweet little boy. It's bursting with berries and beans and potatoes and tall twining vines of too many tomatoes. Lastly, otters, snails, and tadpole tales. From raccoons to garter snakes, water striders to diving beetles, wetland inhabitants are brought to life in this remarkable collection of poetry. I cannot emphasize enough the beauty of the watercolor images and Eric Odie's amazing rhymes and poems are so beautiful. This is one of my favorite books that we have, and it's perfect for the springtime as you get out into nature enjoying all that it has to offer you and your child.